We've heard so much from Republicans, especially Donald Trump, about so-called voter fraud, rigged elections, and so on. Trump ranted about it constantly during the election. He kept complaining about it after he won. 3 to 5 million illegal votes were cast for Hillary Clinton, a combination of undocumented immigrants, people voting multiple times, never presented evidence. We now have a little more evidence, although it's not exactly the type of evidence that Trump wants. We have now learned about a criminal investigation into voter fraud committed possibly by one of Donald Trump's closest advisors, propagandist Steve Bannon. It's being reported by the Washington Post that Trump's own chief strategist, Steve Bannon, is under criminal investigation for voter registration fraud. He's being investigated for registering to vote in Florida while owning a house in Southern California and regularly living in Washington, D.C. and New York. He's registered to vote in an empty house in Miami that's set to be demolished. He used to rent the house to his ex-wife. He told the landlord that he was living there. And the specific investigation here is alleging that he put false information on a voter registration form saying that he lived there. So to remind you about the sort of background on this, being registered to vote in multiple places is legal. I've said it before, I'm probably registered in 2 places right now. As long as all of those places are places you could conceivably be legally registered in, submitting false personal information on a voter registration form saying you live somewhere that you don't is a felony in Florida. It's punishable by up to 5 years in prison. The reality is that Bannon didn't vote in Florida, and he's an older, wealthy white man. So that lessens the possibility that he would actually be prosecuted here. The state's attorney's office for Miami-Dade County is not commenting on the specifics of the situation, but they did confirm that there's a criminal investigation active. And he was later removed from voter rolls in Florida because databases indicated, hey, he's registered in multiple places, doesn't actually appear that he lives here. What's very interesting is that on top of the allegations from Donald Trump, which wouldn't actually be indicative of criminality, right? People registered in multiple places. Many of Trump's associates, including actually Donald Trump's own daughter, Tiffany Trump, are registered to vote in 2 places. And again, as long as you can make a case for legal registration in both places, that is not in and of itself illegal. What Steve Bannon is being accused of, investigated for, I guess I should say, to have clarity this evening, would actually be against the law.